Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and addresses the right-wing youth organization Turning Point USA. Arson disrupts high-speed train service to Paris hours before today's Olympics opening ceremony.
France's state railway company says the fires were set at installations along the lines connecting the capital with the country's west, north, and east, and that services will be severely impacted during the weekend.
Fox's Chanley Painter, the train company, says an attempt to start a fire on another line was stopped. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
Okay, well, good morning. Well, that was kind of low. Let's see if I can. There we go. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
And I'm Lou Barris.
Oh,
that was loud.
Yours pretty hot. Jimmy Chima, this control board is all messed up this morning.
Just buzzed my ears.
I was making all sorts of adjustments yesterday, and I bumped some little things over here called pots.
It's
Phew,
understandable
what a
with all
mess.
the work that you're doing over here, trying to get everything.
Yep. Okay,
You know.
here's what we can do. Again, guys, you can call all you want on the lines that are posted, but you're not going to get anywhere because they're not connected to anything except a couple of flashers over there. No, not those kinds of guys, just flashing lights. So then they're not connected to us. They're not connected to the board. They're not connected to the air. You'll get nowhere. So if you want to get on the radio this morning, you want to have a chat, you need to send Lee. That's LEEC Barrows, BARROWS @gmail.com, an email and say, hey, Lee, I won't be on the radio. My name is whoever. And if you want to say what you want to talk about, that's fine too. Just make it brief. And then also give your telephone number, including your area code. Just do it in that order because that's how she's going to send it to me. And then I will call you. You will get a call from some dude that says restricted. That's me. I'm restricted. And then we'll call you and you'll be on the air. How's that sound? And Lee has joined. Kelly has just joined us.
Yes.
I've been up virtually all night.
Live too, but for a different reason. But yeah.
You were mumbling that time.
Yeah, it's a whole issue.
Oh,
today.
Yeah. Anyway, it is Friday. Thank goodness it is Friday. TGIF Day.
TGIF over and over and over
And there
again.
you go. And it is, guess what? Raining again, off and on.
Mhm.
So,
But would you believe we're still in a drought?
There's no way.
No, they showed it this morning on the news.
Well,
It's a
they're
They're
mild,
liars.
we're
it's a
coming out of it.
mild drought.
Yeah,
for
we're
us.
coming out of it. It just hasn't sunk down to the drought level
Yeah,
yet.
we were a severe drought,
Yep.
but now it shows mild, and
Yeah.
there's still some areas around Greenville, Pitt County that are still
Yeah.
moderate.
Well, let me tell you about that drought conditions then. Over there in Trent County, in the Trent River area
Yes.
in Jones County,
Yes.
they got a flash flood warning. That
Mhm.
river is on its way up. It has not
Yes.
flooded yet. It's going to flood today. That means a good chance that parts of major highways are going to be flooded over.
I can remember when it flooded and ran over its banks,
Oh,
and
I
that's
did
when I
too.
was trying to come back from Greenville after Floyd.
Remember the, oh yeah, I remember just some normal storms back in the day. There was a campground there,
Yes.
and was it Maysville, I believe, is where it was?
Yes.
And
Highway
that
17
thing,
campground.
there were tents
I
that looked
think-
like they were pitched on the ocean.
Yeah, is that where you cross over, or is that still in Onslow? I think you cross over into John.
I
Or
think
that
it's in
campground.
Jones County
Yeah,
there.
well, that's kind of a low level
Yes,
right
it
there
is.
too.
And Highway 17 back in the 60s, I remember traveling up there. My dad always, he was one of those guys, if something make the news, he wanted to go look at it and see what it was. So
Mhm.
we would go to places like that, and we'd see that flooded out campground area, and Highway 17 flooded over.
We stayed there several times as kids. Our neighbor had an RV, and we'd go camp out.
That would have been a tent for me.
I'm not going to talk about tents. I'm done with tents.
Oh, I was done with them a long time ago. But anyway, hope y'all are doing fine. Let me check our audio again. Seems like it's okay. And hope everyone else is doing okay this morning. And Kelly is getting dressed.
I can't find my watch, and it's probably in the car. It's just
She's
it's
having.
it's been
All right,
it's
just
been
deep
a
breath.
rough evening. Yeah,
Kick
I'll
back.
go look in the break. I don't think it fell on the ground.
We'll let Rayford talk, and you
I
can
don't want to
just
talk
kick
today.
back and
I don't
talked
have
all week.
internet
I
now.
have
What's
talked all
happening?
week long. I'm tired of talking. I want some phone calls now today,
Mhm.
except they're not phone calls. We will make the call to your phone once you tell us about it. You can go to Facebook Messenger, and Kelly will be monitoring that to see if you want to put that same information out there if you're more comfortable with that. I do not suggest you put it in the comments section of anything that we
Can
have.
if you want to.
You can
but-
if you want to, and then you can expect some phone calls from some really weird people.
Right.
Like one I got the other night that I fought with. Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the same one you were telling me about the other
If
day?
I could have, and I explained to him about his body parts and what I would do to him if I could
Whoa.
find him. So yes, I verbally threatened him over the phone.
Yeah.
Probably internationally, so I don't care. What you gonna do, buddy Bubba? Come on up here.
I told you, now I posted on our Facebook page yesterday the new scam that is out about tolls.
Now, well, let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes, because I got the text.
Yeah.
About what?
About that I owed $7.60 in toll fees.
You're
From
not the only
where?
one.
And I'm like, well, unless they have toll booths on Western Boulevard and Gum Branch, it's not. But I knew it was a scam to start with.
Yeah, well, people from all across North Carolina have been getting demands from a scumbag claiming to be with the Turnpike Authority. Is that the same one you got?
Mine says North Carolina Tolls
Okay.
Services.
Anyway, these are saying that people like Lee owed them unpaid fines, unpaid tolls, and
Yes,
stuff like
our
that.
records indicate that your vehicle has an unpaid toll invoice to avoid additional charges of $76.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Please settle your balance of $7.60.
I'd have been like, find me.
And it's got a link you can click on, but
I
did
don't
I
think you
not?
should click on that
No,
link.
I
The
click on
Department
no
of
links.
Transportation says the scams are targeted phone numbers that appear at random and are not linked to toll road usage. NC Quick Pass will never request payment by text.
That's right.
Okay. Block their number as soon as it comes in.
Well, let me do
Just
that
hit
right now.
block
Do
on
that
the
right
number.
now.
Doesn't mean they won't use a different fake number, but it
Block
will make you
number.
feel a little bit better, at least for the time being.
It's
With the
blocked.
number of scams costing millions of Americans hard-earned money, I, to this day, cannot understand that with the super intelligent people, with the superpower computers that taxpayers bought, why a concentrated national campaign with teams in every state making contact with every attorney general, with laws enacted by every state and the federal government to be able to track these scum down and make their lives miserable, why it hasn't been done. Okay, I don't care. Some of them are other countries. You know what? If they use the internet, they got an ISP address. Yes,
Right.
they go through cycles and stuff, but
Right.
they track them down. They can track them down if they want to.
Sure.
So at that point in time, track them down and send a little message down to their computer that goes boom while their headphones are on.
There is a guy on YouTube, and I can't think of his name right now. I'll have to look it out, put it up. But I like to watch him occasionally because he'll take these scammers and he'll call them.
Uh-huh.
And good Lord, the stuff he puts the scammers
Well,
through.
the thing is, you can
It's
call the number that
hilarious.
called me the other day, and it comes up. No,
That's right.
there is no such number. Yeah.
He would harass the scammers so bad, pretending to be somebody like, well, you called me and I don't understand. And could you? And by the time he's done, the scammers have hung up on him. And then he calls them back using a different voice. He keeps on and on and on until they just cut the number off.
Mm.
It's so funny.
Well, that's one way. A Jacksonville man is cooling his heels in the slammer today, facing charges he sexually abused two underage children.
Mm.
76-year-old Waldo Alishar is facing 2 counts of taking indecent liberties with a child following an investigation by the Onslow Sheriff's Office. Deputies arrested Alishar on July 17th. That's like a week ago. He's in jail under $40,000 bond. No details on what the charges were, but we do know that the 2 children involved, he knew them. So
Sad, very sad.
quite often that's the case too, by the way. Families or relatives of some sort or friends or whatever, that happens quite often. Here's a strange one, an odd one, and tragic yesterday, a Wednesday afternoon. A tractor trailer truck driver is charged now in connection with the deaths of 5 people in a
Yeah.
wreck Wednesday on
That's
I-95 near
terrible.
Wilson. The truck crashed first into one car where 3 people were killed, then into a second car where the other 2 died, then hit another tractor trailer. And for some reason or another, 3 tractor trailers got involved and 2 vehicles. The tractor trailer rig that started all the mess left the road, caught fire, and was burned up completely, loaded with orange juice. The driver, 51-year-old Charles Haskell of Las Vegas, was charged with 5 counts of misdemeanor death by motor vehicle and placed on bonds totaling $25,000. He was treated for his injuries and released from the hospital. 2 other truck drivers also involved in that massive mess were also treated for minor injuries and released. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I-95, going along, you run into one vehicle. He's 51 years old, unless there's a medical situation there. They didn't mention anything. How ran into them, into the back of them,
Yeah.
and then into another vehicle.
Ran into, it
And then
started
into
when
a
the
tractor trailer.
tractor
Another one.
trailer ran into the back of the Chevy Tahoe, which started a domino effect.
Yeah.
But you know what? People follow too closely.
They do.
Just this morning, when I was getting ready to turn off the main road onto the road coming into your area here,
Mhm.
I sat there and I waited and I counted 6 cars coming,
Oh,
but they were all bumper to bumper.
Yep.
And I'm thinking if somebody had to throw on brakes, it would be a catastrophe.
yeah, just imagine if you pulled across in front of the lead car,
Yes.
then all the others would just say domino.
And you know what? I probably could have made a left and done
Don't do
it
that.
easy, but I just like,
Because even if you had made it, that lead car might hit the brakes.
But see, it got me thinking because what if I had, which caused the lead car to throw on his brakes, there would have been a pileup there.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
It would have been mass. And would it have been your fault? No, actually not, unless they could fine you and charge you with a safe movement violation.
Well, I could have made it safely, but why? It just I sat there, 10 seconds
Mm-hmm.
for the traffic to all clear?
Well, that intersection you're talking about, I've been out there, and I sometimes, my wife says I'm a little ADHD thing or something.
No.
ADD, whatever those letters are, because sometimes I will count the cars. I pull up there waiting to turn, either leaving Country Club Drive or onto Country Club Drive,
Mhm.
and I've counted as many as 32 vehicles passing.
Wow.
That's a lot of cars on that 2-lane road bunched up together so that nobody can get out.
Yes,
on them.
yes. And it's very seldom I come up and the light is going green coming from Piney Green, and very seldom do I encounter that. But when I see
your time of morning, yeah.
when I see a line of them coming, I just wait because they're usually coming at a higher rate of speed than
Yeah,
speed
they're
limit.
in a hurry. They're tired of
Yeah.
sitting at the light, and they finally got a green light. And what sometimes is bad is there will be one guy that is trailing 8 or 9 cars, and he'll be about 10 car lengths back. Not quite enough for me to make a
Right.
turn or to pull out in front of them,
Yes.
because I don't like to pull in front of somebody and have them slow down. And then he will be dragging his butt. And, why not try to keep up at a safe distance, not bumper to bumper, but at a safe distance so you don't jam up everybody else.
Right, right.
Whatever's.
Yeah, it's just traffic has gotten so bad, and we are having someone from the Jacksonville Public Safety Officer with the traffic division that will be with us next week.
Okay,
Monday.
good.
So I did get confirmation on that. It'll be Thursday or Friday.
Okie dokie. Seems that the VP, good old Ms. Harris, has narrowed her list of men she's considering as a running mate as she continues her campaign to beat Donald Trump for the presidency in November. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, who has spent a lot of time in Washington over the past few months, is one of those being considered. But one observer says that Arizona Senator Mark Kelly is now at the top of Harris' diminishing list. I'm still trying to think of a vice presidential candidate that anyone could point to and say, that's the reason the presidential candidate actually won. I cannot go back through history. In my time, at least, I quit back in the 50s. I can't think of any VP that got a president elected. I don't think that the VP candidates are that important.
No.
I'm still, it was sad back in the 1960s that John Kennedy chose LBJ, hoping to help with the Southern voters. Yeah, that was what happened. Maybe it did help because Kennedy. It was a close race. Somebody in the computer again.
Nice.
I seriously doubt that Harris helped Joe Biden win in 2020. Does anyone else remember anyone saying how much she's added to Biden's presidency? The big joke for the past year, probably even more, among my friends is that they hope Joe would hang in there. Otherwise, we'd automatically end up with someone even worse than Joe as president. Well, there's definitely the possibility, according to some polls, that Harris is going to beat Trump in November, as some are pointing out that the Democrat money she's gotten since Biden withdrew last Sunday will translate into votes. Big bucks are important. Okay, I agree with that. But I contend they only make a difference if both candidates are strong. In this case, I do not believe Harris is as strong as Trump. Okay, that's me. As far as likability, she's missing the boat completely. That's the way that I see it.
Well, you'd be very proud of me.
What?
Yesterday, I turned off all news.
Mm-hmm.
I needed a break from it. How about you?
I did too.
And it's going to get
Slept, in
worse.
fact.
It's going to get worse.
All right, let's go to weather. Today's severe weather tip brought to you by John Stars Electric, your Jacksonville Generac generator dealer. Severe weather is more than hurricanes and tornadoes. For the past week, if you were driving along the highways and byways of eastern North Carolina, you could have been the victim of severe weather. The sudden and extended downpours, often accompanied by thunder and lightning, put a lot of motorists in jeopardy. Watching horrifying moments caught on video yesterday on TV, a lot of those moments came while people were driving around. I saw them on some of those blooper shows. Ponding on the pavement is common when a downpour happens. Not only can you lose control when you hit one of those puddles, there are times when you're completely blinded by water covering your windshield. Water that is launched by other cars hitting puddling water. I'm sure y'all have experienced it.
Mhm.
Somebody hits a puddle, your windshield is completely covered over, your windshield wipers are not fast enough to clear it, and for a moment or so, you're blinded.
Right.
Okay, that's important. First thing, slow down. Losing control at 30 miles per hour is not as dangerous as it is at 60 miles per hour. Another thing, stay as far to the right shoulder as possible on multi-lane roads. Oncoming traffic is further from you, and splashing water won't be as intense if you're in the outside lane. There again, speeding cars passing you on your left, if they're passing you, can also send water from puddles all over your windshield and render you blind. A lot of people hit the brakes at that time. Some people will turn their wheels. They don't know which way to go. Just keep it straight. This, again, is the time to slow down. Cars and trucks in front of you will wrap you up with water if you're too close. They hit puddles in front of you. It comes back on you. You're blinded. Big thing, stay aware. Stay off your cell phones. Keep conversations with passengers at a bare minimum when you're in a downpour. Distractions are problematic when conditions are normal. Reaching for something you drop can be the kiss of death. When the roads are slippery, any sudden movement, any need to brake quickly can send your car into a total spin. Instead of leaving for work or school at the same time you normally do, leave early. Count on delays. They're going to happen. Drivers who are running behind tend to drive faster to make up for lost time. That's a formula for disaster as well. During some of those downpours, during thunderstorms, we will see generally scattered power outages. Nothing like a hurricane or tornado can produce, but when the AC stops, the lights go out, all of the sounds associated with electricity throughout your home or workplace are now silent. Hurricane or severe thunderstorm, the result is the same, only shorter in length. No air conditioning when the outside temperatures are in the 90s and you can't even raise your windows because there's a blowing rain. Miserable for sure. We have become accustomed to the conveniences we have that are electricity driven. If we have those conveniences, why give them up, even for a few hours when the power goes out? The guys at John Stars Electric can help you. This could be the time when you finally bite the bullet and install a Generac standby generator. Imagine a clap of thunder and a flash of lightning close together, and your house is suddenly dark. If you do like I did last year, just start counting. When you get to 15, your generator will have started and it will be switching over to the standby power, and you're good to go. When the commercial power is restored, your generator will automatically return to that service. Give the team a call to get the ball rolling. John Stars Electric. They care about their customers. 910-989-1908. You'll be glad you did, and you'll wish you had taken that plunge a lot earlier. Your marine forecasts when we come back from these messages.
This is Chris Trainer. Stay tuned later this morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk. Our guest will be Coach Bo Williams of the Jacksonville Cardinals, head football coach. JV coach Sean Thompson in. We'll talk all about Cardinal football and the upcoming football season, as well as our Woody's Roundup, Racing Report, and This Day in Sports on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy, $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS. Online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing a per ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit to Silent Service Centers on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And one is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Yeah, first thing we heard this morning was that the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season was going to be the worst than anything we've ever seen in a long time, right? Producing news, just what we need. Then the natural mess, a contentious presidential election that has pitted relatives against relatives, none like any time since the American Civil War. More stress. Then on top of all that, there are scammers calling you every day, adding to your irritation. I can tell you all about that. If you feel like you'd just rather stay home, well, that might be one solution. Probably won't work because you'll probably get stressed out over that too. Stress is natural. Uncontrolled stress levels that create mental and physical issues, things that you once laughed off, but today make you mad. You got to have to figure out a way to deal with it. And if you can't put your finger on what's causing your stress levels to go through the roof, it might be the time to get a little help. Sometimes friends are good listeners, but they're not trained. They might not be able to provide any solutions that can actually help you. Community Prevention Services has a staff of trained counselors who deal with the symptoms that we experience, but we just haven't put two and two together to work out a solution that will help. We may know we've got a problem, right, Kelly?
Correct.
I'm sure you got people to come to you because if they didn't have a problem, they wouldn't be coming to you in the first place.
True.
But once you recognize that there is an issue, once you're told that there's an issue, once you're losing sleep, once you're sleeping too much, those are all signs.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Something you need to go perhaps consult a counselor about.
Yes.
Once your counselor has all of the information that you can provide, they can help you help yourself.
Yes.
Because that's what it's all about. They're not going to hook you up on a bunch of drugs.
No.
They're not going to tie you down and beat you.
Mm-mm.
Nothing like that. But they will give you suggestions and a plan. We call it a treatment plan.
Treatment
if you want
plan.
to.
It is a treatment plan.
It is a treatment plan.
Yes.
Good. I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Then they will hook you up with a treatment plan, things you need to do to help yourself.
Yes.
Community Prevention Services is locally owned and operated. It's right here in Jacksonville, 918 Henderson Drive. Give them a call for an appointment, 910-353-0972. Offshore today, southwesterly winds again, 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet, 3-foot waves from the southwest every 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Tomorrow, northeasterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Sunday, northeasterly winds 10 to 15, again 2 to 3 footers, sounds and rivers, a moderate chop. Rain.
Today, showers and thunderstorms. Some of the storms could produce very heavy rainfall. The high today will be 81. We're expected up to 3/4 of an inch today. Tonight, showers and possibly a thunderstorm, low of 72. 80% chance tonight with another 1/2 inch possible tonight on top of what we get during the day today. Tomorrow, partly sunny, a high of 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, low of 66. And on Sunday, sunny, high of 88.
Sure.
Sounds
Okay,
nice.
well-
Well, it's supposed to start drying out tomorrow afternoon.
I think so, yes.
I took a moment earlier this week, about midweek, and before it started raining, was able to mow my yard, and I'm so glad I did.
Has it
Because
grown
it was
again?
rough then. I could only imagine what it would be like now if I had waited longer.
Well, I'm going to have to get out the bush hog for one little section that we've got, and so
Yeah.
because we
Was that your no mow section?
It was
from
but
May.
We've already mowed it, but with everything else that's come up, we haven't paid it a lot of attention, and then suddenly it's a shoo.
Yes.
I will be baling hay later, as soon as it dries out enough to put the big mower in there.
Oh yeah.
The little electric mower is probably not going to be
No,
have to get up and go to get up and do it. So
No.
anyway,
Speaking of electric mower, I was just reading the other day a news story where someone had used their electric mower, put it in their garage, and guess what happened later? The
Caught
battery
fire.
exploded.
battery exploded.
The battery exploded and it caught fire.
Must have had some water on it or something.
Well, it's lithium batteries.
No, might want to leave it outside and let it cool down for a while.
Our fire marshals got me paranoid now. I plug everything.
That's a good idea.
Thank you, Brian.
The shooting thing from a couple of weeks ago just is not going to go away.
It gets more bizarre, doesn't it?
And Chris Wray, the director of the FBI this week, he's testifying before Congress. And something that he said, I lost it initially. I did not hear it. I did not pay any attention to it until overnight. And I'm reading some stuff here. I said, what? So Ray, my buddy there, he tells Congress, he said, well, that hole in Trump's ear might not have been a bullet wound. Huh? It could have been shrapnel. From where? You got any more information?
Well, let me
No.
see. According to, who was it on the Democratic side that said that they believed it was a shard of glass and that the bullet must have hit the teleprompter? I mean, come on.
That was the initial report.
Right.
And they went off of that initial speculation by someone.
Yes.
Did the teleprompter get hit?
They have never, ever
That's
once said
the only
anything
time they mentioned it.
about the teleprompter other than that.
And I kept looking at every piece of video, at the prompters that are up there. I did not see any prompters that got hit by anything. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't show up in the video
Well,
that
it's
I
like I
was
was
seeing.
telling you, Christopher Wray said on his interrogation the other day that there was no ladder at the scene,
Right.
that the gunman did not bring the ladder he bought to the scene. Yet they found no other ladder. But yet, Fox News yesterday shows body cam video and audio
From
of
a cop.
when they wanted to go onto the rooftop saying, hey, we need a ladder, whatever. Hey, can we use that one over there? There was an extension ladder laying somewhere by another building. And I'm like,
Don't know whether that extension ladder was there on the day of the shooting or not.
who was investigating? No, it was right after the shooting.
Right
And-
after
yeah.
the shooting. Okay.
And so who is investigating all this
The
stuff?
FBI is supposed to be.
I mean, at the time it all happened, I mean, this is terrible. The investigation at the scene after it happened was just
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know whether if the reports are. The FBI's investigation is not finished.
right.
It's still out there. It's in progress. We do not know. We do not have any answers to any of the questions that I have, and probably that not many other people have thought about. But I'm just curious as to why that all this information hasn't been made available. Now that Ray has said that they found 8 spent cases
Right. On the
and
rooftop.
said they came from the shooter's 5.56 AR-15.
Right.
So if he said that, there are 8 cases there. Okay, immediately I go back to my questions that I posed. How many pieces of lead from bullet projectiles did they find at the scene?
Well, that's
Obviously,
what I'm
we've
saying.
got 3 people that got shot. 4
Right.
people, including Trump.
Right.
Trump's bullet was through and through, if it was indeed the bullet or a shrapnel or a piece of the bullet. I'm not sure that Ray knows the difference between shrapnel and a fragment, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Bullets, high speed, passing through anything or hitting anything will sometimes break off into multiple projectiles.
Right.
We found that before. We found it
Especially if
on
they hit something along the way.
yeah, well, if they pass through something
Right.
or they bounce off something, the
Right.
ricochet it could, it could come out as another fragment. It could come out as several pieces of fragments. How many pieces of fragments or bullets intact did they find at the scene? I'm sure, I hope they scoured that scene with a fine-tooth comb, because the second question after that was going to be, did all of those bullets come from that AR-15? All of them that you could run, that you could get ballistics on, did they come from that same gun? If not, then Houston, we have a problem.
And might have, sitting up there in the bleachers, might have picked up a piece of evidence and put it in their pocket.
I
Because the
hope
whole scene was chaotic.
it was, but I hope nobody would have been down and done anything at that
Well,
time.
the thing
Yes, I
about
know
it
how
is-
people are, but
It's
That's
just like
that's not a
Kelly brought
souvenir.
up last week. And, and if you were watching it, it was the people, shots started being fired. Trump got nicked. Secret Service jumped and covered him. And people were standing up,
yeah,
videotaping.
yeah.
Bleachers.
Somewhere, by the way.
I mean, some just sat there just quietly and just was videotaping Trump.
Well, a
and
lot of them
other
were
stuff.
behind them were still just standing there,
Yeah.
watching. Like, either they already knew the threat had been neutralized, but honestly, you wouldn't have known
No,
at that
it's too
moment
late.
that
Because
the
it
threat
could
had
have
been
been more than
neutralized.
one
So
shooter.
just keep standing up there like targets.
Mhm.
Like, what is wrong with some
I don't know.
people?
Some of them just they were sitting down up
Yeah.
the top of the bleachers. They
Yeah.
stood up and looked at
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Look around, make
What's
yourself a bigger target. I mean, how idiotic can you be?
Oh, yeah.
And once directly behind Trump, I mean, that one woman, she just sat there videotaping everything. Me, I would have
been laying down.
I
There
would
was
have
one
been laying
woman
down.
when the shot went off, and it was a delayed reaction of about 0.2 of a second on her part, straight
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I never saw her again.
And then
That
thankfully
would've been me.
somebody got that little boy down because
Yeah.
because he was standing right behind Trump. He
Yeah.
was so cute. And I was like, what about the little boy? What about the little boy? But apparently
Anyway.
he's fine. so-
Anyway, the Ray thing, testifying before Congress with partial information and putting out stuff that he's not doesn't have knowledge of, obviously, because all he's doing is speculating. Speculation.
Lot
The
of
only
speculation.
piece of evidence that is in writing, firmed up, was at the hospital when they said it was a bullet wound. Now, a bullet could be a part of the bullet, fragment.
True.
Could be a ricochet. It could be whatever. I don't know a bunch of stuff that's going to
Very
be
true.
ricocheting off of it, but there is several out there.
Well, I want you to know that the FBI director did testify before Congress the other day that he was not a firearms expert.
I don't know
I'm
that.
like-
Dad, you just told me all about that. And that one stupid little statement.
I
that you
know
did.
it. I'm like, why would you even say that?
Yeah. Well,
The whole thing, there was probably less than a dozen questions in reference to what happened. The rest of it was each side throwing out their political rhetoric.
BS.
The Dems blaming the Republicans for not having stronger gun control, the Republicans
Well,
blaming
it
the
wasn't-
Democrats. And I'm like, well, can we move on?
It already showed that the guy purchased the gun legally in 2013, the daddy, and that he turned it over to, sold it or whatever, and did it legally
Right.
with transfer papers
Yes.
to his son. Nothing illegal about any of that. Fits the entire everything. All the gun controls that they've set up. Gun controls are not going to stop people getting killed with guns.
Right.
Okay? Don't care. None of the gun controls that you enact. Now, what they're looking at, what the Democrats are doing, they're trying to set the stage. They've been doing it since 1964 with the first Gun Control Act of 68, first Gun Control Act of 1968. They've been working towards it a little bit at a time, here, there, and everywhere, for the ultimate confiscation of all guns in this country. They will make one type of gun nasty. They tried to do that with the Saturday night specials back in the 70s. That didn't work out too well because Saturday night specials are suddenly pretty much any gun, any handgun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know who stopped that, right? ACLU. How did they do that and why? Because the guns that they were really targeting were very inexpensive, $19, $20, $25 guns,
Yeah.
22 pistols, yada,
Yeah.
yada, yada. Those are the guns they were going after. Well, ACLU said, well, wait a minute now. You know, there are a whole lot of people in this country that cannot afford a $300 Smith & Wesson or a Colt revolver.
Not anymore, $300.
No, back then.
Yes.
They cannot afford these expensive guns. They're not out there shooting targets. They want a gun for self-protection, and that's it.
Mhm.
Oh, well, the Saturday night special
Ridiculous.
thing went away.
Yes.
Then with the 9mm came out. Oh my God, that thing has multiple rounds. It can shoot a bunch of bullets and you can reload it quickly. Well, then they went after the magazine capacitor. Then they came up with the ARs, and people started using ARs for whatever purposes. The number of AR style weapons used in homicides in this country far outnumbered by handguns. In fact, blunt force trauma.
Yep.
Outnumber the use of ARs. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox and we'll talk about something else if y'all want to talk about. If you guys want to talk, you can call us. Well, you can't. You can email
or
Lee.
Message our show page. I got that pulled up.
You email Lee at leecbarrows@gmail.com. Or you can go to our Facebook page and send us a Facebook message.
Yeah.
A message, a private message. In either case, give your name. If you want to say what you want to talk about, that's okay too. And your telephone number. Do it with all the digits, including the area code, please. Put it down there. I don't care if you live in Jacksonville and you've got a 910, you got to tell me because there are a lot of people that don't live here, have different area codes.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that. And you do that, and then I will call you. The call that you will get takes a couple minutes. The call that you will get will come from a restricted number, but that's okay. That will be me. I'm restricted. Should be restricted. Right now, we'll take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME. I'm surprised that nobody is calling us this week.
That's all right. I got something.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I
out
got
there
something
that
I want to
people
talk
should
about
do.
when we get back.
Well, good. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Coming up on the next Goddard's Gold, we're going to have some big hits of the month of July. The biggest, Tommy James, Henry Mancini. It'll work out. The Trogs, Beach Boys, Jan and Dean, Doors, Four Seasons, Brenda Lee, Hugh Masekela, Bobby Vinton, the Rolling Stones. July hits, next Gold. Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here on Freedom 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
When it comes to paint and paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as expert knowledge in helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Williams Drive, Morgan City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Williams Drive in Morris City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low her and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Join the Freedom 97.1 at 11:20 a.m. crew as we broadcast live from Cardinal Night today at the Rustic Barn, 133 Batting Cage Lane, Jacksonville from 5:30 to 7:30. Powered by the law offices of John Drew Worlick, your hometown law firm. Cardinal Night supports the Jacksonville High School Athletic Booster Club with a silent auction and reverse raffle prize of $10,000. There will be Cardinal merchandise for sale and membership passes sold. Dinner will be catered by The Flame. Doors open at 6 p.m. Dinner at 6:30. Grab your tickets while they last. Tickets are $100, which includes dinner for two and one entry for the reverse raffle. You do not have to be present to win. Call 910-545-2837. That's 910-545-2837 to purchase your tickets today. Don't forget about the Freedom Crew broadcasting live today from 4:30 to 7:30 at the Rustic Barn, 133 Batting Cage Lane, Jacksonville for Cardinal Night. Powered by the law offices of John Drew Worlick, your hometown law firm.
It's live and local. Real Talk. 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. And, again, if you guys want to chat with us this morning on the radio, and by the way, we don't take any calls. We don't do that after 8:50. That's when we take our final break every day. So and we have to have some time to get up and wrap everything up. So you want to do it now. It would be a great time. Just send us an email, leecbarrows@gmail.com, or on Facebook, send a Facebook message to us. And Kelly is monitoring that. She's waiting for you, with bated breath for you to call so we can talk to you. Then I'll call you.
No.
Okay. You got something to say?
Yes, I do.
Good.
I don't know if anyone out there has watched the protests that occurred Wednesday ahead of Netanyahu's speech.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've got two things to say based on this whole thing. Actually, three. First thing, if you haven't watched his speech, I highly encourage you to go online and watch it, because Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel gave an amazing speech to members of Congress. If you haven't watched it, you are missing out. It was awesome. And I really liked a lot of what he said, because he's right, because while he was speaking, protesters were outside burning our American flag more than once. One guy in the video I saw last night tried to put it out, and a protester shoved him back.
Right. One guy grabbed it.
Yeah.
Grabbed the flag.
Another guy grabbed something to try to, you know how you take something and try to beat the flames out?
Right. Sure.
Another guy did that. He got pushed away from the protesters.
He was one of the protesters
Now,
to beat it out.
And what was really disturbing to me was that Park Police were standing by watching this occur and didn't intervene, which that was an issue for me. They started raising the Hamas flag, or the Palestinian flag and a Hamas flag up. That was an issue for me as well. But then they defaced the Christopher Columbus statue of seriously. But what is disturbing about that is if you go and look at the graffiti, and that's exactly what it is on there, one thing one of the things that they wrote, quite a few things, but one of them that they wrote was Hamas is coming, which really should bother some people. I think that, well, let me get to my last statement before I get to what I was going to say right there. So one of the things Netanyahu stated was very interesting. And if some of these protesters really knew how these people work, maybe they probably wouldn't be protesting for Hamas, because I think a lot of these people are just very misguided. Some, I'm sure, are just stupid, and some have been paid. But when he spoke Wednesday, he was talking, and he made a very big statement. He's 1,000% correct on, and I'm going to read it in its entirety as he said it. When the tyrants of Tehran who hang gays from cranes and murder women for not covering their hair are praising, promoting, and funding you, you have become Iran's useful idiots. And he is correct. Yep. I think some of these people protesting that are pro-Hamas, and I'm speaking directly to them, do you not realize if you are from the LGBTQ community, they will murder you? They will not accept you in. That's what they do. Go back and look at the news stories, even from last year, where they took, 4, 5, 6 gay men and hung them. Yep. Do you think that because you're an American protesting for them, that they are going to spare you? If you do feel that way, you need some serious help, because they don't care. They're using you. And one of the other things that he said that was interesting is which means that this was seen around the world, the members of the Phi Kappa Phi fraternity at UNC,
bring that up. I'm glad you did.
He mentioned them in his protest,
yes, he did.
and he said, I wish to salute the fraternity brothers at the University of North Carolina who protected the American flag against these anti-Israel protesters. And when he said that, they started chanting USA on the
standing ovation.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. And I think, and what is interesting is some of the protests have had gays for Gaza. You people, and he's right, you don't understand what you're fighting for. The Hamas,
that'd be like African Americans claiming less African Americans for the KKK.
Yes,
duh.
Yes,
duh.
I mean, and this is how you've really got to wonder. Some of these people protesting, clearly, you don't understand who you're protesting for.
No,
because they will take your protest here, but they don't like you. They will kill you. Mm-hmm. So there's that, and so I thought we had a law against flag burning. Do we not? I thought there was one.
I would have thought there was.
Well, I think that our lawmakers need to revisit that law,
mm-hmm.
and it needs to be a stiffer, not just a penalty. You ought to be arrested for it, because you go in other countries and you start burning your flag. You are arrested.
I think there's probably some unlawful burning, even misdemeanor unlawful burning charges that NYPD could have grabbed there.
Yeah. And
I'm just thinking.
I mean, but the park police there just kind of sat there and watched him do it. Our laws need to change. I mean, if you don't like our flag and you don't like our country, then go live somewhere else. Yep. Because I'm going to promise you're probably not going to like where you move to.
Yeah.
Here it is, 18 U.S. Code 700, desecration of the flag of the United States. The penalties are whoever knowingly mutilates, defaces, physically defiles, burns, maintains on the floor or ground, or tramples upon any flag of the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for not more than 1 year or both.
Yeah, we don't want them in prison. Just fine them a lot of money.
But that have to be a lot of money. I mean, something that's going to make somebody really make a difference. I would say, I'd say 5 days in jail.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially at Rikers.
Yeah.
But I will say,
well, they're in. This was in D.C.
That was a fantastic speech.
You need to watch that, guys. It's on YouTube. If you haven't watched it, watch that man's speech.
Must-see viewing for the weekend.
Yes.
Hey, Steve, what's up?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, morning, guys. How y'all doing today?
Doing great.
Can you hold on while we play a couple of commercials?
Sure, no problem.
Right, we'll be right back. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Richlands Piggly Wiggly back again. Rain or shine, we have some good deals coming your way, and we have your dinner planned out for you at a good cost. Coming in hot, we have whole boneless pork loins for $1.79 a pound. Have some fresh yellow or zucchini squash on the side for $1.99 a pound. Cook up some fresh chicken leg quarters for the fam at just 69 cents a pound. Now that's a clucking good deal. And throw in some crisp snap green beans for $1.99 a pound. If I see you shopping at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly, I'm coming to your house for dinner. Y'all come by and get ready for the week. We appreciate y'all so much, and stay piggy.
Home Connections of Beulaville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of floor plans and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulaville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and finance. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387. Or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulaville, on your way to and from the beach. If you have a project that requires ready-mix concrete, whether a driveway, patio, livestock housing, outdoor kitchen, or something special for the summer, Mixed Masters Concrete of Beulaville can handle the job, large or small. Mixed Masters Concrete offers residential, commercial, and agricultural contract work with professional service and fast delivery. Owner Scott Thigpen provides free estimates, and Mixed Masters Concrete will deliver on Saturdays. In addition to expert concrete service, KPT Masonry does complete concrete finishing. So, for ready-mix concrete and professional concrete finishing, phone 910-298-6153. Mixed Masters Concrete and KPT Masonry of Beulaville. Proud to be a part of the continuing growth of Eastern North Carolina. And thanks all our military families and all that serve. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And I got so many little mice around here. This little rat thing over here with so many different computers. Sometimes I get confused. I got to get them color coded. Hey, Steve, we're back. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well.
Got a question for you. I've been looking for your name on on Ms. Harris' short list, and I haven't found it yet for her VP pick.
He wouldn't do it.
Are you not there?
He'd run.
I asked him to withdraw my name from consideration. Yeah, I felt like I was just a little too busy with the garden to be able to help him out right now.
Yeah, you're probably overqualified too.
Yeah, probably so. I imagine.
That's what I would think. What's on your mind? We're going to have to take another break here in a minute, but we're going to go a couple of minutes, take a break and come back to you. But go ahead.
I didn't really have a lot on my mind. I was just wanting to peruse anything that might have happened in the last week since I talked to you, and you jumped right on it. You know,
what did I jump right on?
I would say that she would not be, necessarily my first pick, but I can understand why they're, kind of giving her the ball.
Well, they have to. Come on.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Well,
no choice.
I mean, they didn't necessarily have to, but it's that's standard procedure.
Well, it would have been a sure kiss of death unless they, anointed God to be the Democrat nominee, right? That would have anything else would have been a kiss of death because it would have been dissing her.
Yeah. I tell you, what do you think about the group of Republicans that are trying to attack her right out the gate?
Just the same thing I thought about whoever it was last week or week before last said, I want to introduce articles of impeachment for Vice President Harris. What? Get off of this.
Oh, yeah.
It's all political.
I don't care who it is. If that word impeachment comes up with the rest of my life, I'm just going to go ballistic.
Steve, it's like I said, you better just go ahead and buckle up because you've not seen anything yet. It's going to get rough.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I agree. It's going to be a circus. I'll tell you what upset me though about last week. What I took away from it is that the House of Representatives, they weren't worried about the southern border. They were worried more about protecting refrigerators and introducing articles of impeachment, and they've still got the Joe Biden impeachment inquiry running. All that money that they're wasting and time and not addressing what needs to be addressed. I understand they don't agree with the border bill that was being crafted, but they ain't done squat since then.
Well, it's like I always say when people would come and complain about this or that or whatever, do you have a better solution? I mean, my former employees, they would complain about this, about the way this was done. Or if you've got a better solution, give it to me. And if it is a better solution, we'll adopt it. We'll go there. That's the way I look at things. What's wrong with that process?
Well, it's not happening.
I know it's not happening.
You know, it's just not happening. And that's what, I'm upset about is that, this particular Congress or House of Representatives has just pretty much said they're not going to worry about it.
Yeah, I know.
They're going to go out there and tell you that's the biggest problem we're facing. But when it comes to what they're actually doing inside the House of Representatives, they don't care.
Well, I know what they're doing, and I'm not going to disagree with what they're doing, but I don't like it, and I don't like the way it's going down. What they're doing is, since this was the border whole thing was dating back to 2016, 2015, when a guy named Trump started it, he was going to secure the border, yada yada yada, and then of course he was met with nothing but constant resistance and people poo-pooing it. We callers to the show, those who hated Donald Trump from the very get-go, they poo-pooed it. And but the Republicans in the House and the Senate now, here's what they're looking at. They're looking at this was his signature platform. And if we do this now, I'm just talking politics now because that's the way they deal with it. If we do this now, then it's going to look like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or whoever will get the credit for it. So now why not let Trump get into office and let him go forward with his signature legislation? That is the bottom. See it differently?
I don't see that you're incorrect. I just see that as an atrocity against this country.
I didn't say that it wasn't.
I'm going to tell you something right quick. This is a sad note. Day before yesterday, my best friend for 20 years. Oh, no. We haven't spoken the last 9 or 10 years because unfortunately he went down a road I couldn't follow him. Overdosed. And I believe it was fentanyl.
Oh,
so this touches me very deeply.
Sorry, and I understand, and it should touch you.
And politicizing the problem that we're having right now that's killing all these Americans.
200 a day.
I don't have no tolerance for it, man. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care who's responsible. It should be intolerable.
Okay.
And especially for political gain. That's the worst part about it.
It's political posturing all the way from one end to the other. I know it. I see it. I understand it. And I hate it.
I see that there are some people in Washington that want to do the work and they get no traction whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
No traction whatsoever. Senator Langford is one that is obvious, but anyway, that's the reason why, like I say, I'm very passionate about it. And he's not the only person I know or that I've known growing up around here that has fell victim to that.
Yeah.
It's coming to our home now.
How old is he? How old is he?
And they're sitting up there playing games.
Steve, how old's your friend?
He was 2 years older than me, so he was 54.
Okay. You know,
and he got on that track because he had medical conditions. He went to the doctor and they put him on pain medication. And then when the opioid thing happened, they cut the prescriptions for a lot of people. And a lot of people, they couldn't handle not having that medication. You know,
It's terrible.
so
I'm sorry to hear that, Steve.
yeah. I wish there was something I could have done for him, but I couldn't do it. I tried. Maybe just nothing I could do.
Yeah.
Maybe there was. I don't know. But
probably not, Steve. Don't beat yourself up about it. When you get that far along, especially when you're in your 50s, you should know better. When you're in your 40s, you should know better. When you're in your 30s, you're still stupid. But when you get on up there in your 40s and 50s,
I think what a lot of people don't understand about opioids is that if you take it for long term, it will make you hurt to not take that pill.
Oh, absolutely. You
Never
suffer
hurt before.
massive withdrawal.
That's what addiction is all about.
No, I mean, it physically makes you hurt. I was
Well,
on
that's
pain
what
management
I'm
one time,
talking
and I
about.
was smart enough to get off of it. But I got to the point where I got up in the morning, I couldn't walk because my feet hurt so bad, and I didn't have any feet problems. And they told me it was hypersensitivity, that it's because you're used to taking that pain medication that blocks your receptors, and then it will hurt to brush your hair if you don't take that pain medication.
Well, I'm willing to bet he did not know he was taking fentanyl, because I guarantee you whatever pill he had was mixed with fentanyl. And
that's what I believe as well.
Most people, 99.98% of the people who die of a drug overdose, and I'm on the overdose fatality committee, do not know that there's fentanyl. And there has now even been fentanyl, even here locally, in marijuana.
Yeah. How about
We've
that?
had an overdose here based on that.
Wow.
There was I was gonna say my niece's boyfriend a couple of years back. Somebody gave him what he thought was a Percocet. And He spent 6 weeks in a coma.
Yeah.
And luckily he came out. And he's okay now, but he will not even take an aspirin tablet.
I understand. I wouldn't trust him.
It scares him to death.
Like I said the other day, January to June of this year, 28,100,000 fake pills that had fentanyl in them were seized in the U.S., seized by DEA. Just how many weren't?
Probably
and like I said,
10 times that
these are people that are taking things like Adderall, a pain pill. It's even been in Tylenol, fake Tylenol pills. So you don't know what you're taking, and no one says, "I'm going to go take a fentanyl."
And all these, all the fentanyl stuff, we all know.
It's coming from China. They've traced it.
I'm not going to say that 100% of it, but I will say that the vast majority, 99.999 whatever percentage, is coming from China as raw product into the drug cartel folks in Mexico, and then it's being either stamped in Mexico or raw product is coming into the United States. We're getting both in the
We're getting
U.S.
both.
We're getting pills, and we're also getting the raw product. And then there's an operation in this country that's set up to stamp new pills.
Correct.
That's what's happening.
And DEA has traced it back to China.
Yeah, it's all coming.
Mhm.
Steve, again,
But at any rate, like I say, my point is that something's got to be done. We can't politicize something like this, even if the Democrats got credit for it, man. So what?
Oh, I agree.
So what?
I agree 100%.
I wish the Democrats and I wish the Republicans, they could introduce their own individual bills. I don't care.
I don't care either.
As long as you got nothing in there
Fix
to do with my dog, anything else is out there, just let's fix that. The vast majority of the people in this country, when polled, the vast majority say that is the number one problem that we face in this country is that southern border. Now,
it is the border. That's the problem.
Why not fix it?
Because they're too busy
also,
fighting.
Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. You're going to be hard pressed to get a bill that's that clean on anything.
Yeah, I know it. But
so,
they can
if you
strive
got
for
to give something to get something, so be it.
Okay.
That's the way Washington works.
All right, Steve, got to run here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Steve.
Sorry to hear about your friend.
Yeah, well,
My
deepest
condolences.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
so sad. I'm so sorry,
we
Steve.
Hear that so much. Let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Barack and Michelle Obama endorsed Kamala Harris for president.
I can't have this phone call without saying to my girl Kamala, I am
proud of you. This is going to be historic.
Video of the former First Lady and President's call to the Vice President's released by her campaign. Barack Obama says on the call they're going to be underdogs, but he's confident Harris can win. The leader of Mexico's Sinaloa drug cartel is arrested in El Paso, Texas.
Ismael Zambada Garcia, or Mayo.
Attorney General Merrick Garland also arrested.
Joaquin Guzman Lopez is a son of his other co-founder, known as El Chapo.
And sources tell Fox he had already surrendered and tricked El Mayo into getting on the plane by telling him they were going to look at an investment property in Mexico. Instead, they were flying north to El Paso. El Chapo Guzman is doing a life sentence in Colorado. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
Okay, Dickie. We're back. We do appreciate you joining us. And joining us by phone right now, Robin Knapp, Commissioner Robin Knapp. How you doing, Robin?
Yeah, I'm doing good. First of all, my condolences to Steve. I can understand what he's going through. Not completely, but again, my condolences to him. Hey, one of the things that actually the events of this week, it really disturbed me. You know, the flag burning, the desecration of the monuments, the Hamas graffiti, and all that stuff. But what really bothers me is I watched the Netanyahu speech. I gotta be honest with you, man. His speech was robust. It pumped me up. It was pro America, pro Israel, pro the Western society, so to speak. It was just an unbelievable speech. The man can deliver a speech. But what got me upset, and I think a lot of people noticed, but they haven't mentioned it. Why wasn't Kamala Harris there?
I can tell you that.
Congress. I mean, you want to talk about disrespect? She basically turned her back on one of our greatest allies, the Prime Minister of Israel. She turned her back on him to be on the campaign road. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You talk about violation of protocol. Now, there are going to be people out there, they're going to object to what I say and say, well, she's got a right to do that, this. No. She's the vice president. At that time, the acting president, so to speak, because Biden was sitting at home with COVID, she should have been there. She should have introduced him to Congress.
Well,
plain and simple.
She had a prior engagement, and it was a kind of important one. She had to talk to some sorority sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did meet with him yesterday.
Okay, you know, you got a prime minister from Israel. They're fighting a war against Hamas. We have American hostages that are there. And that right there told me she does not care about this country. You can say what you want. You can vote for whoever you want. When you don't show up as the vice president of the United States to introduce the prime minister of Israel to your own Congress, who flew across the ocean to come visit the United States, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, that is to me, a gross negligence on her part and disrespect.
I'm absolutely
because of that. I have no respect for her.
I'm absolutely sure that Hamas is cheering her on for doing that or not doing what she should have done. I'm sure that around the world there are those of that sect that are just pleased as punch, and now saying that the United States is dissing Netanyahu because she is the United States right now. You have to understand that.
Oh, I understand it. I understand that she disrespected Prime Minister Netanyahu.
Absolutely.
She disrespected our country. It was an embarrassing moment that she was not there. Because the first question I asked while watching this is, where in the world is our vice president? And to me, there's no excuse for it. It's a breach of protocol. It's just a dishonorable thing that she did, as far as I'm concerned. And those protesters really flames me. Those protesters burning the Hamas or the American flag. You know, if there were a bunch of veterans up there, disabled veterans, it didn't really matter. People who served our country saw that, we'd all be in jail because we would beat the mess out of them. You don't burn the flag. It looked like a scene off the streets of Tehran. Burning the American flag, and then you have the Palestinian flag. You got people out there posing as Hamas, putting on the face shields and everything else of that nature. That was pathetic. That was a embarrassing time for the United States. That was seen worldwide.
I want to understand somehow in my head who gave the order to stand down, because federal crime was committed, and also, it's all federal crime in D.C. So why not arrest somebody for desecrating the flag? Why not arrest them for jumping up on the monument and painting it? Why not go after them? Something is a misdemeanor, unlawful burning. Washington PD could have done that.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you go burn the American flag and you put up another flag.
Oh yeah.
In protest, you committed treason. As far as I'm concerned, plain and simple, just treason. And the other thing is, what's ironic about it is, they're burning the flag of the country that gave them the opportunity to do what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And all those, and you desecrate veterans, you desecrate the people who have died in the line of duty, who have died protecting this country. You desecrate, you dishonor all those people that fought for that flag, all the way back from George Washington till now.
Yep.
I have no sympathy for those people. I have none whatsoever. And it is a federal crime, and they should have prosecuted these individuals.
Yep.
They should have went after them, locked them up, and prosecuted them, and do whatever they got to do through the judicial system as far as what they did. And it was an embarrassing time for me. I was so upset. You can ask Kelly. I was so upset watching these people.
And Kelly
do
is
this
too.
Stuff. And I was embarrassed, totally embarrassed. But you know what? It goes back to what I said before. One of the things I cannot stand, that I cannot understand completely, is why wasn't she there to introduce Netanyahu?
I agree with you 100%. I know she met with him one-on-one yesterday, but I think that she should have been there in that front row. And look, it wasn't an overnight decision for him to come visit.
No, that had been
They
planned
knew in advance.
Yeah.
She could have planned her little sorority
Well,
trip.
you can
We knew about it a month ago.
You can postpone a sorority trip
I'll tell you
anytime.
That's
I'll
right.
tell you this. You may disagree, and there are people out there that disagree, but I can guarantee you this, that if Donald Trump was president, he would have been there. He would have introduced Netanyahu to Congress. He would have said something about Netanyahu, and he would have sat there and listened to him and applauded him. This is one of our strongest allies in the Middle East, and you're off gallivanting talking to a bunch of sorority sisters? Are you kidding me?
Giggling.
It's ridiculous.
Giggling.
I have absolutely zero respect for her.
I understand.
And and that's just my opinion, and I'm just letting it out because I couldn't stand what I was watching.
Well, thank you. And now you got to go to work. So
Yeah, and you got to. Yours is a little bit like a lot of other folks in this neck of the woods too. You got a triple dose. First, you're an American. Second, you're a cop. Third, you're a veteran. Duh.
Right.
I had a veteran client yesterday complaining about her about
my.
that not being there.
So
Yeah.
when you have
Just based on that alone, you can disagree with me about Trump or Kamala Harris. I don't really care. I mean, politics aside, that's a different issue. But just watching what happened and did not happen, she should have been there, plain and simple. And because of that, absolutely no respect for her. If she happens to win the election, which I pray she doesn't, if she wins the election, she is going. I don't even consider the commander-in-chief because of what she did.
Yep.
And that's my opinion, my own personal opinion, no political affiliation, but what I saw was embarrassing.
Well, the next commercials that come out should be somebody putting commercials out and list her as MIA. Thank you, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Yes, sir.
All right. You take care. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chris Rainer. Stay tuned here this morning at 9 a.m. on Sports Talk. Our guest will be Coach Bo Williams of the Jacksonville Cardinals, head football coach. We'll also have the JV coach Sean Thompson in. We'll talk all about Cardinal football and the upcoming football season, as well as our Woody's Roundup, Racing Report, and This Day in Sports on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention who have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Safety on the highways begins with your tires. Before you hit the highway the rest of this summer vacation season, visit Battlefield Tire Pros, 103 Norris Road, Highway 24 in Swansboro, and let them inspect your tires for your peace of mind before traveling. Since 1963, Battlefield Tire Pros has served our community and military neighbors with name brands such as Michelin, Uniroyal, Firestone, Goodyear, and many others, including a good selection of used tires. They also carry lawnmower tires, four-wheeler tires, and motorcycle tires. And alignment service is available by appointment. Save time and money by skipping the dealerships and the big box stores and let locally owned and operated Battlefield Tire Pros of Swansboro handle all your tire and alignment needs. Battlefield Tire Pros at the corner of Norris Road and Highway 24 in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Phone 910-326-4178 or visit Battlefield Tire Pros online at battlefieldtirepros.com. Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in Main Street in Maysville. T-bone steak, just $11.99 a pound. Whole beef butt tenderloin, just $12.99 a pound. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.79 a pound. How about thick boneless pork chops, just $2.79 a pound. Fried leg quarters, sold in a 10-pound bag, just 69 cents a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your Maysville Piggly Wiggly, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson Farm chicken. Over in produce, North Carolina grown blackberries or blueberries, you get 2 6-ounce packages for just $5. Sweet and juicy nectarines, just $1.99 a pound. Fine ripe tomatoes, $1.59 a pound. Fresh yellow or zucchini squash is only $1.99 a pound, and it's good for you. Jumbo green peppers, 99 cents each. Juicy whole seedless watermelons, just $5.99 each. And you get 3 12-packs of Coke or Sprite for just $15. That's this week's specials. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store where good things cost less. Down home, down the street, Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You know what? Back in the spring, we all cringed. We all had our little hissy fits around here.
Hissy fits.
And when they came out from Dr. Gray and company out there in Colorado, came out and said, this is going to be the worst hurricane season on record. We're
Yeah.
still waiting for it, but we haven't even gotten into
We hadn't got to our season
we
yet
haven't
here.
haven't
Yeah.
even reached our season.
No, so we'll just see what
There's
happens.
there's been a little slack
Well,
during July.
Yeah, but June had a couple that's a little
June had like
unusual.
3 or 4.
Yeah, which was
Three,
a little
I think,
weird.
main ones.
Yeah.
So,
Well, they're
but-
showing many meteorologists now are showing the pattern is starting to change and where they're going to start forming. And
When was Florence? It was September.
Yeah, we get
I think it
ours
was in September.
August,
Okay.
September.
September 15th, if I remember
September,
correctly. Yeah.
middle part of September
Yeah.
is D-Day for
It
us.
was right
Right.
before our big dinner. I remember that.
No.
We had
Yeah, I
to
think it was
cancel.
September because the
I
kids
don't know.
hadn't been in school long. I do
That was
remember
when I
that.
was
Yeah.
down in Bon Air. So.
Yeah, you were there. I remember you
That's
being
when I was
there.
diving.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. But all of that kind of stuff, we look at it. We talk about it every day. We we look at that little map over there every
And
day.
it's
You
still
see,
nothing there. Look, I've started checking that thing since I walk in. You have it up for me, which I'm proud. And you don't have that cursor there trying to mess with me. So,
Yeah, there is a pressure system down below Florida.
See, now you're just creating more stress
No.
for me, right?
No, they're just, they're watching it. They're watching it.
You just created weekend pressure for me, didn't
you'll
you?
be all right because I'm
Stress.
not. I'm not
You'll
giving
be
it
fine for
stress.
the weekend. They're looking at next week.
Oh, thanks a lot. Now I got to worry through the weekend next
You
week.
do it to us every morning when
That's
you start
right.
with this hurricane
Stress-producing
stuff.
news, just what
Yeah.
we do not need, but it's a natural thing that happens
It
around
is.
here.
Yep.
Right.
This little presidential election, everything we talk about causes
Mm-hmm.
stress in here in the mornings, right? Maybe we should just stop. Sing
No, we
Kumbaya.
do tell some nice stories.
We do.
To calm
Well, some-
ourselves.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got, like I said earlier, this election here is probably turning more brothers against brothers than anything
It
since the
is, and
Civil
I
War.
encourage people not to get caught up in
Yeah,
that.
dude,
Amen.
if you go to a family anything, leave your politics behind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you're not going to find everybody going to agree, and then the fisticuffs start.
Yeah.
And that gets bad. And then you say, "I'll never see you again." That's more stress. That even causes stress if you say things like that
Mhm.
for you and others. And then think about the parents who might be at the center of all of this.
Yeah.
They don't know which way to go. If you feel like you'd just rather stay at home yourself, that's a solution, I guess. Maybe the walls won't argue with you. Maybe you won't see any hurricane on the charts or anything. No TV. Turn all of the TVs off too. That'll cause you stress too.
I did, yes.
Because you won't know what's going on and you'll be in the dark.
All you gotta do is watch it once, and you'll get all your info.
Normal stress is normal.
Hmm.
Okay, it's a natural thing to have. Uncontrolled stress levels that create mental and physical issues. Stress can create physical issues. Help me if I'm wrong. They can.
No, it absolutely can.
They can make
Yes.
pain.
You can get physically sick. I mean, some people even just start throwing up. They
Right.
get headaches. It can lead to more severe things like stroke. I mean, it can, heart attack. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
You know, when people have issues, the first thing a doctor says, what's your stress level?
Pay attention to what we tell you in the mornings here, because we try to help you out as well.
Absolutely.
If you've got to a point that you've reached that level,
Mhm.
you probably need to see somebody.
Yeah.
And somebody is not necessarily going to be your drinking buddy.
No, I don't suggest that.
Okay. It's
No.
not probably not going to be a close relative, because they're going to judge you one way or the other. Okay. Then they're going to go tell everybody else about your problems, right?
Yeah, that happens quite a
That's
bit.
the way it works.
Yeah.
Community Prevention Services, that's the place you can go to in Jacksonville. They got a staff of trained counselors who deal with the symptoms that we experience. We may not know how to figure it out ourselves. We generally don't.
Mhm.
We might know the answer, but we're in denial, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
so
yeah.
many people
Yeah.
are. They can't get it all together. Once your counselor has all of the information that you can give him or her, they can help you, help yourself,
Yes.
because that's what it's going to end up being about anyway. You're going to have to be involved in your.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I want you to be participatory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't just sit back and be
Yeah.
a bump on the wall.
We want clients to be, engaged.
Yeah.
It's not going to work if you're not.
Yep. So you got to take our word for it.
Yeah.
She's the one that knows about it. I'm the one that suffers from it. So we make a
Work
great team.
as a team.
Community Prevention Services, locally owned and operated. It's right there on 918 Henderson Drive. Give them a call today for an appointment. 910 Southern Style 353-0972. 910-353-0972. make an appointment, go by, see them, chat it up. Offshore today, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, diminishing to 5 to 10 this afternoon, seas 3 to 4. 3-foot waves from the southwest every 5 seconds today. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop this afternoon. Northeasterly winds on Saturday, 10 to 15, seas 2 to 4. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Northeasterly winds on Sunday, 10 to 15, seas 2 to 3. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tell me we're going to have some clearing this afternoon.
I can't. I'll be a liar. And I'll
Tomorrow
lie.
morning.
So today, showers and thunderstorms, with some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall.
Wow.
High of 81 today, 80% chance of rain. So, I mean, it's going to rain. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms, mainly before midnight, however, and just a couple after. Low of 72 tonight, 80% chance again tonight. So that means it's going to. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high of 85. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 66. And on Sunday, sunny, high of 88. So tomorrow, partly sunny, and Sunday,
I need
88.
it
It's going to
today.
be humid. Well, I can't help you.
I would suggest that everyone come about Sunday, go out in your backyard and empty any containers that are full of water from the
'cause
rain.
Mosquitoes will be
Oh,
hatching.
It's a
I
breeding
feel like they
ground.
probably already are. The humidity's been rough.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
And I've experienced those little tiny mosquitoes. You can hardly see them.
Oh, they're brutal.
They're not the no-see-ums. These are new hatchlings. You get out and you work, especially around the grassy areas.
They'll
or something,
tear you down.
And my legs, I said, what in the world is that thing? And then
And
I've
the
got little
ants-
blood spots on there. I didn't know those suckers big enough to suck out the blood,
Ants,
but they do.
the ants are just unreal. I mean,
Yeah,
I
they're
go
coming
out
in the
put
house now.
poison down for this pile and that pile, and you go out the next day and
It's
they've
moved.
moved somewhere else.
One of the things you can do for poisoning now, for something like
Mhm.
that, for ants, fire ants, and I learned from a guy that used to do landscaping work here, and he was on the show on a regular basis.
Right.
You spread it on the mound, but you spread it around the mound
Yes.
on the outside. A couple of
Yes.
so when they leave to try to get away, they continue dragging that
Yes.
stuff with them, and then they will drag it to a new location and dig a hole, and then they take it down there, and then they kill
It's
each other off.
just- They're everywhere.
Proposing mass murder. Okay, back to the election stuff. The Obamas have now come out of the closet,
They did.
and they said, well, we're going to have to officially
Endorse
endorse Kamala Harris for president because they got nothing else to do. I mean, who else are they going to
No one else
endorse?
has said they were running against her that I've heard.
Nobody's going to do it. I mean, she's got most of the delegates, at least initially, committed. It'll be fun to get up there and they say, I was just joking with you. I wonder if that's ever happened. Any delegates ever backed out?
Yes. Yes, they have.
So that'll be fun to watch. If
A
nothing
lot
else,
of it-
we can watch that convention just for the joy.
I'm going to watch it. Because I'm going to keep it up. I just want to see what.
I want to hear her speak, and I want to know whoever her VP is going to be. I want to hear him or
Yes,
well, him speak.
I will tell you the one thing lately when I've tried to watch her is all the giggling. I can't handle all the giggling.
I've
It
happened
just
to be able
grates
to
on
do
my
I
nerves.
couldn't deal with that from day one. So
It's just too much. And it's like she's running for high school class president rather than president of the United States. Maybe she's excited. I don't know. I hope
she's
it
been
calms
excited
down.
for 4 years.
I hope it calms down, but I can't handle all the giggling. She's running for president now. You know, I kind
Want
of
to chat? Give us a call. Don't give us a call. Send us an email. And are you monitoring Facebook too now?
I've been monitoring everything.
Okay, so Lee is
So,
monitoring
I gotcha.
Facebook Messenger. Kelly had to leave for an appointment, but she's looking at Facebook Messenger. You can send a request for us to call you, and we'll do it. And just put down your telephone number and your name, and we'll call you right back. It'll come from a restricted number, but that's the best thing that we can do to get out of this building today. Okay, we'll have stuff back to semi-normal one of these days, except I'm enjoying the quality of this internet
Well, I
contacts. It's better than just straight telephone.
Now, I went into the settings on our Skype to see if it would show a number and we could just advertise that
Yeah, we
instead.
haven't seen it yet.
So we'll
I'm
figure
trying.
it out.
If not, I believe I can get them to assign us a number.
Yes.
I may have to pay more for it, but that's all right.
Can they give you the same number?
Is this? No, because I've
just-
tried that, and they can give me
Yeah.
the same number as my cell phone, but I don't want that. They can give me the same number as this. I tried to set it up the same number, but it only allows you to do it with a cell phone number if it's going to be doing it that way, because they have to send you a message. If this
That's
thing,
true.
if
We have
this,
seen you.
if this thing took the text messages, I could
Mhm.
authorize it via that, but it doesn't do text messages.
Right, right.
I'm trying to work around it.
Hey, before we go to commercial, let me just put out public service announcement. Starting with after our show today is Sports Talk with Chris Rayner. His guests are Jacksonville High School head football coach Bo Williams and coach Sean Thompson. And so they're going to be talking about round 2, the high school football games season coming up here soon. Today, I would say this evening at 6 p.m., the Jamming Jacksonville Summer Concert Series resumes. And tonight it's 6 p.m. at the Commons. It's the British Invaders Band.
Ooh.
Of course, I think I would just probably keep checking, to
check the
the
weather.
website and the weather, etc., because it is outdoors and they may end up having to cancel. And then tomorrow is the Summer Latin Fiesta at the Commons. It's 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Latin culture will be on display. They're going to have vendors and booths
that's a
and
cool
food
thing.
trucks. And you can go out there and it's free to get in. It's all outside. So, and I did hear from the Republican men that were on our radio a couple of weeks ago. I remember they had the get together to honor our law enforcement officers, et cetera, and they had a cookout last weekend. And they said that it was a great crowd and it had increased from last year. A lot of people had gone out there to honor our law enforcement and our EMS. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I like to see that.
Yep. That is really good. It looks like Pennsylvania governor is looking pretty good.
Is that Shapiro?
Yep.
Yeah. What's
what's
the latest on that?
Well, we'll talk about it when we come back from the break. And if you guys, again, want to chat with us, now's your time. This will be the last break. You'll be able to call us during the break or right after the break, and we'll get you on the line because we cut off all the calls now at 8:50. And you can reach out to Lee at Lee C. Barrows. That's LEEC as in Canada, Barrows, BARROWS at gmail.com, or just send us a message on Facebook Messenger. And give us your telephone number and your name, and I will call you back. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME. We will be right back.
Three-quarter harmony with cool. I said with cool, Bobby B.
Hey, it's Cool Bobby B. Jacksonville, Onslow County, and beyond. You have found the official station for the Doo-Wop Stop. Heard Saturday nights, 7 till 10, right here on Freedom 97.1 WSME and worldwide at WSME971.com. Join me as we play the absolute best and greatest doo-wop songs of all time. Saturday night, 7 till 10. Get connected now at doowopstop.com.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at WatkinsNewFloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Floor covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done, up is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV with a high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocnc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand-selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers commercial financing and residential financing as low as 0%. With hurricane season here, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Humphrey Heating and Air also does residential and commercial plumbing, air duct cleaning for better breathing, and services all brands of HVAC. Turn to the Carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning. With locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead, visit online humphreyheating.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSNE.
We're back here. We're going to be wrapping up here shortly. And again, you still have some time to get in on the get on the air if you would like to, just by sending us an email at leecbarrows@gmail.com, LEEC Barrows, BARROWS, at gmail.com, or on Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Got a froggy running around here. Little stuff in the air.
Yeah.
And, okay, Josh Shapiro is the governor of Pennsylvania.
Right.
He's on a list of potential running mates for Harris if she becomes the Democrat nominee for the ticket this year. He's built a reputation for himself in the key swing state, drawing harsh criticism from Republicans and lots of strong support from the Democrats. That little bug has got to go wherever he is.
I know. It's a lot of coughing.
Some of the criticism he's getting is he was the attorney general at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, from 2017 to 2021, his critics say homicides and murders increased more than 37%. That's not a good number to have to deal with.
You've got me. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't realize how young he was. He's only 51. Very interesting. Let me see. Of course, Attorney General. Trying to look at some of the other stuff that he's done. quite a young man.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. That's what they're looking for, younger people.
I had to laugh though, and I just have to say this because VP Harris was going on and on during one of her campaign fundraisers yesterday about age now. It wasn't a factor when Joe was still in the game, but now it's become a factor with him not being in the game.
Yeah.
But I think I would kind of be careful because look at Trump's VP nominee. He's only 39.
That's right.
She wants to talk about age. She's what, 56, I think? Something like that?
Something like she's pretty close to 60, I thought.
I mean, I think I saw 56. I'll look it
It
up.
could be 56, 59, whatever. She ain't 60 yet, but she's knocking on the door.
But, I thought, okay, let's not, tit for tat here. She wants to talk about Trump's age. Oh, she's 59.
That's what I thought.
Born October 20th, 1964.
And then, of course, we've got Roy Cooper out there. He's still on the list, but I think that's just an enticement to North Carolinians. And she'll say, Roy Cooper, great guy. I'll probably have a place on my cabinet for him at some point in time.
Roy Cooper.
He was the Attorney General here before.
Right, you're right.
And he did nothing then, too.
I remember, but Trump, Cooper and is saying that Vance is Trump's mini-me, and he's trying to compare himself to J.D. Vance. And I'm
Good
just like,
luck, you Mr. Do-Nothing lame duck idiot.
Yeah. No, Mr. Veto, he's the most vetoed governor in the United States ever in history. He's vetoed more bills and it's unreal.
All right. Trump apparently is going to meet personally with Netanyahu after he got snubbed.
He's supposed to today. I think Netanyahu's going to Mar-a-Lago today.
Yep, that's what I see, and that should be an interesting.
Yes.
When a non-president, a former president, has time on a campaign trail like this one is to meet with Netanyahu, that's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know what Harris was thinking. Maybe she thought should be the president doing this, but no, it's not. Trump was not available. I mean, Biden was not available. He was just coming back into society, and I don't think there's anybody in the Democrat Party and nobody at the White House that wanted Trump meeting and introducing Netanyahu. Do you?
Well, is it standard procedure for the sitting president of the United States to introduce the guest like that?
I don't know, but it should be. Somebody like this, I mean, he's our strongest ally in the Mideast.
Well, we know Trump
Might
and
be our
him
only
have been
ally.
friends, and they are friends,
Mhm.
and they've worked together. So Roy Cooper is 67.
Yeah.
I'm just curious now. She brought up the age thing. Curious.
Well, it's not going to be. It's not going to be Cooper. He's got too much do-nothing baggage behind.
Well,
him.
we talked a year ago. We were talking about him taking time away from being governor and going up to
DC,
Massachusetts, D.C., New Hampshire, Delaware, all that, and he was doing fundraising.
Not for himself, because he's a lame duck. He's not running.
Well, this was a year ago, but see, the thing about it is, you still fundraise if you plan on doing something else.
I understand that. That's what I mean. So
Put it right there
maybe
in
he'll
his
run for
coffers.
senator if he doesn't get to be the VP nominee.
Maybe he'll just take a vacation and just move to
Yeah.
Pennsylvania,
Yeah, we got to have a talk with
California.
with our senators to make sure neither one of them is going to retire and let Cooper step into that position. That would be awful.
Yeah, I think
AG, governor, and senator. Oh, ugh. All right, let's take a break. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. We'll be right back with a closing segment.
Freedom 97.1.
If you're a biker or motorcycle enthusiast and love the mountains of North Carolina, then the Clarkton Motel in beautiful Maggie Valley, North Carolina, in the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains, is the place for you. You see, the Clarkton Motel is biker owned and offers bike tours through some of the most beautiful and breathtaking scenery in the world. While visiting, you may want to visit the Wheels Through Time Museum. Wheels Through Time is home to the world's premier collection of rare American vintage motorcycles and houses over 300 of America's rarest and most historic classic motorcycles, including the likes of Harley-Davidson, Indian, Excelsior, Henderson, and many more. The Clarkton Motel has a pool, kitchens, and king and queen size beds are available and offers Sunday through Thursday discounts. That's the Clarkton Motel, 1527 Soco Road, Maggie Valley, North Carolina. For reservations, phone 1-800-787-6998. Visit www.motorcyclefriendlymotel.com.
This is Bill from Bill Cycle Salvage in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and I approve this message.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control, with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available, and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit Southern Touch Painting and Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing. Salutes are proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and we had a caller left over from earlier. I just didn't get to him right in time, so we're going to take a time right now. Royce Bennett, good morning, sir. How are you? Hey, Royce, you there? Well, I guess not. Well, Go ahead. You got something else there, right?
No, that was primarily it. I was just looking up some of the things on, I don't know. Now, I wish she'd go ahead and just announce her VP pick and get it done and over with. So we can start all, vetting that and arguing and fighting. I mean, why not? Something I wanted to bring up earlier in this week, and this involves North Carolina. 3 tree workers shot while clearing way for power company before suspect shot by cops. So,
hey, you there now?
Oh,
here
yeah,
I am.
okay.
Hey, Royce, how are you?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Royce.
this is really weird because I'm trying to listen to the Facebook and answer the phone at the same time.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, glad I could get through to you. What's on your mind, sir?
Yeah. Hey, look, I just wanted to kick in a couple of thoughts about the border. Am I still on? I
You
can't
are.
tell if I'm on.
You're fine. I'll let you know if you're
clear.
not.
I'm hearing a whole bunch of talking in the back and in the back.
Well, you shouldn't hear anything but us unless you got other stuff patched up on your phone.
Hey, yeah, condolences to Steve. But I wanted to mention that I'm hearing the echo. It's really weird.
That's because you got other stuff turned on your phone and trying to make a phone call on it at the same time. If you want to kill everything, I'll call you right back.
Okay, let me do that.
Okay.
Okay.
That's one of the things, guys. Whenever you're talking, kill all of the other systems. If you're talking on the phone and you're trying to do everything else from the phone,
It gets
you
confusing.
can't do that.
Yes.
It doesn't work at all. Regardless of the way we're doing it. So anyway, just kill all of your Facebooks and your YouTubes
Just
and
turn
everything
the
else
volume
on
down,
that
yeah.
device. If you got it on different devices, that's one thing. But if you're trying to call on a phone that you've still got that stuff running in the background, you will get really confused and you will have echoes. And you're going to have to lie down on this couch over here and let my doggy have a chat with you. All right. Let's see if we can get him back up here now. That's a Skype call, guys. Sorry. Hey, Royce.
Hey.
How's it better?
This is much better. Thank you.
Good. Very good.
Yeah. One of the things, if you got a phone and you got everything open on it,
Oh, I do it all the time.
is a problem. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, some thoughts on the border. I think some of us can remember back in the 80s when Ronald Reagan made a deal with the Democrats to secure the border in exchange for amnesty.
How'd that
And
work
we
out?
got a whole bunch of new citizens, but no secured border. And I think some of our people in the legislature remember that. And they're kind of afraid to give up amnesty for some of these illegals in exchange for a border. And Biden has proved that he could have secured the border 3.5 years ago and not let all of this happen, because right now I think the numbers crossing the border are very, very low. And he did it by executive order. He could have done that 3.5 years ago, but he chose not to do it. He chose to let tens of millions of people come into our country illegally. So I don't know why anybody would think that you can pass legislation with the Democrats that is going to secure the border and give all these people amnesty and expect them to follow through with their side of the deal. So I just think we got to remember that when we're talking about how the legislature refuses to pass bills. There's not any trust there, and there's got to be some trust before you can make something happen.
I agree, and that's one of the really sad parts of what's going on. We don't trust each other. Look at me, for instance. I go out the door and I'm not sure that I trust who's coming to my door. That I have to go. I know who they are. That's the reason I got all these cameras hanging around here. I know who they are and everything else about them. Because I just don't trust everybody anymore. And the reason I don't trust everybody anymore, one is I was a cop for a long time, but the other one is because I read the news every day. I read the news about a Tennessee girl. She's a little girl. She looks about 10, 12 years old, suffocating her cousin, 8 years old, in her sleep because they were fighting over iPhone.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's a sad state of affairs. I have to tell my grandkids that they can't trust anybody. And
that's
you
awful.
know, I hate that.
Yeah, back in my day, before you were born, but back in my day, my grandparents' house, they come all the way to Jacksonville and stay up here and do whatever, and their house was never locked up.
Sure. It's certainly a different world than what we grew up in, isn't it, Rayford?
It is, and you know, it's not better.
Oh, well.
We got a lot of conveniences that we didn't have back then. We got a lot of extra stress that we didn't have back then.
Amen.
But I ate pretty well back then. I'm eating pretty well today, and probably ate better quality food back then than I got today. But
you give me no leftovers. I'm hungry.
Well, if I had leftovers, then I would have been wasting food, wouldn't I?
Well, y'all have a good weekend. Go to
You
the
too,
Latin
Royce.
Festival in the
Yes.
Commons tomorrow.
11 to
It's
6
gonna be
Have a good
tomorrow.
time.
11 o'clock to 6. Okay,
That's
Royce,
right.
thank you.
Thanks, Royce.
Take care.
All right, you
Bye
take
bye.
care. All right, we're at the end of the show. It's about over, and we're going to say goodbye to you at 10 o'clock or a little after 10 o'clock this morning after Sports Talk.
That's right.
Another dose of the Daily D's with Rick, and at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Hollywood will pick it up, and he will go with it from there.
That's right. Stay tuned. Sports Talk with Chris
Sports
Rayner.
Talk.
His special guest is Jacksonville High School head coach for football, Bo Williams, and
Robo.
Coach Sean Thompson. So we're getting ready to start football again.
There you go. Football coming up. I mean, they start training here in just a couple of weeks. Ugh.
Right.
Ugh. All right. We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And please be safe out there. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ.